Y'all, I'm joined by Kenton Duty from Disney Channel's Shake It Up. Shake It Up!
We're gonna shake it up in the kitchen.
And it's all about after-school snacks. First up, it's my delicious vegetarian pizza.
I wish I would come home to these.
Then I'm frying up fresh grouper fingers with a homespun tartar sauce. And for a tasty treat, sweet and chewy oatmeal raisin cookies.
And they're looking fine.
And finally, I'm mixing us up some Lady and Sons lemonade.
That is the best lemonade by far that I've ever tasted in my life.
So stick around, cause you never know what's gonna happen when two crazy kids get together.
Wow! Your turn.
I love how cooking brings people together because the family's important to me. Love Paula's passion for food keeps people in a happy mood. Everything's better with butter. Paula Deen's like any other. Wanna live off the Butter Light.
You're adorable.
He's so cute, so sweet. You know, he's just adorable.
I've always looked up to Paula, and so I just always wanted to be able to go and tell her that in person and actually be able to cook with her.
I am thrilled that you're here. You're adorable.
Thank you.
And you're on Disney, right?
Yes, Disney Channel.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
And we're gonna shake it up in the kitchen.
Yes, we are. I'm shaking already. Up first, I want to show you how to make some delicious oatmeal raisin cookies. I'm gonna beat up some butter and eggs together.
Okay.
2 sticks of butter and a couple of eggs. And while I'm doing this, if you'd measure out my dry ingredients, 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour,
All right.
a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of cinnamon. So you can just put all that in here, Kenton.
Okay.
You know, bacon is definitely a formula.
It is, it is. You know, when I was 5, I believe, is when I really got into baking. And so that's where I actually learned fractions and everything else. So when I went to school, I was already basically with 5th grade math.
You know, this is a great source of information for children. Teaches them a lot about math, doesn't it?
And chemistry. So next year in science, it's gonna be a piece of cake.
You know, children love being in the kitchen. It's a wonderful place to build memories for them.
A teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I've had your raisins plumping over there in just a little bit of water, Kenton.
Okay.
So, and I've got a colander over there. You can just drain those right in there. Whoops.
Sounds great.
I was looking at you. I thought I was fixing to have an accident. All right. I'm gonna add a cup of brown sugar, and I'm gonna add a half
throw it
a
right
cup, Kenton,
Okay.
of just granulated sugar. Now we're gonna cream all this up real good, and then we're gonna add your dry ingredients to it.
That sounds good to me.
Kenton, I couldn't believe when they told me that it was your dream to come in here in the kitchen and cook with me.
It was. Well, you know, she's just always had such a great relationship with her sons, and you can tell that family is really important to her. And it's the same in my household.
But you know, it comes down to that very identical thing, and that's family. You never outgrow that.
This looks good and cream now. I added the vanilla. All right, now I'm just gonna take our dry ingredients,
All right.
and I'm just gonna beat them in. And if you'd measure us out 2 cups of oats, and I'm gonna let you do that since you're so big and so strong.
Why, thank you.
Do you get a lot of fan mail? Oh, I know you do.
My sisters love it when, because we went to the mall near our house. There's this like bungee jump thing inside the mall. Like you get.
I gave one to my grandson, Jack. It's in our backyard. You wanna go over there?
That would be great. We should.
We will go.
All right.
We will go,
Let's do
and
it.
you will jump.
Oh, I'm definitely getting Paul on the bungee. There's no trying. It's definite.
But I can tell you right now, it ain't a pretty sight.
We're gonna bungee. We're doing like the jumps, and we get off, and these girls come over and they go, "Are you Gunther?" No, they're like screaming, and my sisters are laughing hysterically. A girl asked them, so what's it like being Kenton's sisters? And they're like, he's my brother. He's just as annoying as yours.
Dump those raisins in
You
here,
got
baby.
it.
All right, grab those nuts, darling.
You got it. How much do you want to dump?
Oh, I wouldn't be opposed to like a cup to start with.
All right, let's do it.
I love nuts in my cookies, especially pecans. Perfect.
There we go. Well, you know, I thought she would be nice, and she was nicer. That was my very first impression. I feel like I'm a member of the family, and I think it's ditto for her.
One thing that's so important about baking cookies, it's important that they're all the same size.
Yes.
Because you want them to finish off baking at the same time.
Okay.
So we want to make sure that we are scooping the same level out. So how about
right.
like that?
That sounds
Just fill in it and scoop. Perfect. We make a great team.
We do. We need to do this more often.
Let's get these in the oven.
Okay.
And let's put them in this oven.
Alrighty.
350 for 10 to 12 minutes.
Of course.
Coming up. This is over the moon beautiful.
Thank you.
And later, we're going outside to jump. Oh God, it won't fit! I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break. What kid doesn't love pizza?
Well, I love pizza, so I don't know who doesn't.
That's right. So I thought I would make you some pizza. We're gonna have us a hearty vegetable pizza. Well, honey, get our crust out of the oven
All
for
right.
us. And I'm gonna start slicing up our veggies. I'm just using a store-bought dough that I rolled out and pre-baked. And I'm gonna saute off our veggies.
Oh, that sounds
Because you know
delicious.
pizza, it cooks quickly.
It does, it does.
So we don't want just some raw vegetables sitting up
No.
there for you. So
Right.
if you would take your grater and come down here to the fridge,
Okay.
get out the Parmesan and the mozzarella.
Okay.
And that's it. And you just grate us some of those. And I've got the onion, squash, zucchinis. Be as great as I know you are. That was a good one, wasn't it?
That was a really good one.
You're really great.
It's great because I've gotten to learn from her, gotten tips. I think it's gonna show kids my age that you can have fun in the kitchen, as well as, you know, parents out there, you can have fun with your kids in the kitchen.
Doesn't it smell good? There's nothing like onions and garlic cooking in the
Speaking
kitchen.
my language.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna move that back until I get these yellow summer squash and zucchini.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna slice this thin, Kenton.
Okay.
I'm ready to get this over with though, because I want to get you on the jumper.
I can't wait.
All right, this squash is looking good. All right, now I'm ready to put this back on the fire now.
Okay.
Just great.
Just great.
All righty, I've got us some Roma tomatoes, and you know, I don't think I'm gonna put those in our skillet.
How am I doing with this mozzarella here?
You're doing
Great.
great. Would you rather have a sun-dried tomato, or would you rather have a ranch dressing base?
Maybe ranch, since it's all this vegetable.
Okay. I completely forgot about having a marinara sauce ready. I'm gonna work us up something, kitten. Don't you worry
Alrighty.
about it.
I'm excited now.
All right, I got some cream cheese here. I found some sour cream. I've got a bottle dressing.
It was amazing to just watch her just pull everything together and just suddenly whip it right up. You know, that just sort of shows her genius with cooking. Just like, boom, you're done.
I have made lots of afternoon snacks over the years, honey. Because my two boys would come in from school just starved. So here comes that seasoning.
Ooh.
Now we've got a half a cup of ranch dressing, an 8-ounce package of cream cheese, and about a half a cup of sour cream. Kenton, walk that salt and pepper down to me, please.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna try to cream this up. Yeah.
This is expertise right here.
I hope it's edible. Alrighty. So, what we're gonna do is take our crust and we're gonna put our marinara on it.
Marinara, holla.
Yes. All right.
Oh, that looks good.
We're just gonna have a white marinara instead of a red. I maybe taught him that there's more than one way to skin a cat. You know, you can come up with some pretty good things in the kitchen quite by accident. All right, you wanna help me
I would love to.
do the pizza? I'm just gonna kinda distribute. Beautiful, beautiful. And let's get all that onion. All right, just keep piling it on, honey.
Okay.
We're gonna
do.
have us a hearty vegetable pizza.
Oh, yeah.
My stomach's growling.
Oh, mine's been growling since the minute you started sauteing the vegetables.
I'm sorry.
It just
We'll
looks so
have-
good.
I'm gonna put our basil on.
Ooh, basil.
Do you love basil? Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Is it great?
It's great. Yum, yum. Okie doke.
Oh, that looks delicious.
So I'd say 450,
450?
8 minutes. Put it in, baby.
Alrighty.
Coming up. Look at our marinara.
Ooh,
Oh, look at it
at
running out. You love fish fingers. Mm-hmm. 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 To the moon, Kenton. Wow!
I hope y'all are enjoying the show, and I want to hear from you. Tell me what recipes or videos you'd like to see me make by just leaving a short comment below. Now, let's get back to the show, y'all.
All right. Pizza.
Yes, this is the time of truth. Well, let's see. Take him out.
Looks good so far.
Yeah. Fabulous. You hold that pan and I'll kind of coax him onto the...
That was skill right there.
Wasn't that skill?
That was skill.
All right, you want to cut or you want me to cut?
Ladies first.
Okie doke. Look at our marinara.
Ooh,
Oh, look at it running out.
Juicy.
Yes, it's so juicy.
See, I mean, I wish I would come home to these when I was in
Well, honey,
elementary
if
school.
you lived with Granny Paula, you could. So when do you want to move in?
Next week? How's next week?
I'll have your room ready. I'm going to have to let it cool a minute, though.
It's
Please don't burn your mouth. I'm gonna sit mine right here while it cools. I thought that another great afternoon snack for you would be like fish fingers. Do you love grouper
Oh,
fingers?
yes, I do.
All right, well, that's what I'm gonna fix for you,
That's
baby.
gonna be great.
If you would, put a cup and a half of flour.
Okay.
Wow. It's good.
Experimenting in the kitchen.
Really good. And I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna eyeball just some buttermilk in here.
Okay.
We're gonna go from dry to wet to dry,
Okay.
or from dry to wet to pizza. All right, I got us some nice, beautiful grouper fillets, and I'm just gonna cut this in strips.
We want 1.5 of.
Yeah, 1.5 a deal, half of mustard, 1/3 of a cup of cornstarch, and a teaspoon of salt. While you're doing that, I'm just gonna give my hands a quick wash. I am gonna be the most envious old lady in Savannah, Georgia. Maybe Georgia, maybe the country.
Why so?
'Cause when they find out I was with you, a hot teen throb. Don't you think he's a teen heartthrob? I
can just hear all the young girls here in Savannah seeing him and just squealing and screaming.
Right, so how much of this?
Oh, I'm sorry, 1/3 of a cup.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna put just a little salt on this fish. Because to me, one of the secrets to good fish is it's got to be salty enough. All right, now I've got our deep fryer. You're gonna get to play in my deep fryer.
Yes.
Come on up here.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna do, you know what? Let's do it this way.
Alrighty.
All right, so we'll do it dry,
Okay.
wet, and then dry again. You and I need to change jobs, because don't you want to be the one to drop it in the fryer? Yes.
I'm just gonna go, okay, Mom, here's the deal. We're gonna cut a hole in the island in our kitchen, and we're gonna put a deep fryer in there. I think you're going to enjoy it, and she'll just be like, as long as I get to eat.
And probably fry them for 3 or 4 minutes. And once you drop them, you can kind of just shake your basket, you know, to make sure they're moving.
Oh, of
You hear
course.
what I'm saying?
So shake it like this.
Shake it like that, baby. Shake it up. All right. I'm making this tartar sauce so quickly. You know, it seems like I didn't do a whole bunch of planning today, but you know, that's the way sometimes things turn out best. I'm starting with about 1/2 cup of grated onion. I'm using some dill relish,
Okay.
some mayonnaise. The secret to good tartar sauce is you want mainly pickles and onions.
Okay.
You know, you don't want a whole bunch of mayonnaise. Look, that's the perfect consistency right there.
All right.
And you see how simple it was.
Just chop it right up. Threw it right
Little
in.
salt, little pepper,
Okay. Okay.
and I'm ready. Are you?
Oh, I'm ready.
No, you're not, baby. Your fish are still frying.
You got me there.
A little lemon juice.
Give it a bit more of a sour taste.
Tart.
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 Tart's a good word.
I'm gonna just peek.
How's that?
They're looking good. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake your basket. They look fabulous.
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 Look at that beautiful grouper meat. I could eat a ton of these.
I'm a huge fan of fish. That's like the only meat that I eat. And the grouper is, well, let's just say I'm gonna get a group together and we're going to very much enjoy the grouper fish sticks.
Coming up.
I'm gonna show you how we make our fresh lemonade.
And later,
Kenton, go Kenton!
Your turn.
You think?
I so hope y'all are enjoying the show. And if you do, be sure to click like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll never miss a video. And we'll be right back after the break.
Okay, my
Right.
dumpling.
So we get to do lemonade.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you how we make our fresh lemonade down at the Lady and Sons.
All
Now, I've
right.
got us a simple syrup made over here. What I need for you to do, I had started squeezing the lemons.
Okay.
But if you just help me finish, we're just gonna need the juice of 12 lemons, and I'm gonna drop a little fresh mint into our pitcher. All right. Now, I like the pulp.
As do I.
So I'm just gonna dump the juice in with our simple syrup and get us up some ice. All right, I'm just gonna pour this back into here. So all you have to do now, darling, is pour that over our ice.
Alrighty.
And our cookies are out of the oven.
And they're looking fine.
I love this particular recipe for oatmeal cookies because, you know, we didn't put any baking powder in it. We just put soda. So look, it's almost like a lace cookie.
Ooh.
See how thin?
Why, thank you.
We're going outside to jump.
Oh, yeah.
But in the meantime,
Cheers.
cheers. I've had a ball cooking with you.
You know, because you're used to, the very thick cookie, but this was, nice and thin, but it was actually just as chewy, or if not more than normal oatmeal cookies. Oh, I'm watering up. I'm sorry.
Good in 'em.
I love spending time in the kitchen. I love having people with me in the kitchen. And being there with Paula was just sort of surreal for me.
Outside, boy. Woo! I'm gonna buckle you up. To the moon, kid! Wow!
I didn't know the bungee jump was gonna be that fun. I mean, I was expecting fun, but it was funner.
I had a ball with him. Technically, I should have a grandchild that age. Jamie was a slow learner.
Oh, God, it won't fit! It's like those seat belts on the airplane. You just pray it's gonna meet. Yes!
You're doing it! I got her bungee jump. Didn't I tell you that I would get her to bungee jump? And look at her. She did a good bungee jump.
Ow! Oh! I did it!
Well, let me tell y'all something. Kenton had a ball on that jumper. I don't know about Guinea. But he had a good time. It was a winner.
Hey y'all, it's Paula Deen. Now, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell to be alerted when I post a video. Love and best dishes, y'all.